Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sari and you are watching my knitting podcast videos, and as you can see I'm trying to get back to filming new episodes more often. Last spring, I kind of like during the worst of the COVID pandemic, the first lockdown in April, I tried to start filming weekly episodes. And back then I asked you whether you prefer having shorter episodes every week or longer episodes less often. And I think most of you said that you wanted longer episodes every week, but that wasn't possible at that time. And after that everything got so crazy work-wise and so on that I actually didn't even have the time to film the short episodes weekly. So now I'm trying to bring the weekly episodes back. I'm trying to do long episodes every week, but let's see how that goes. Not promising anything. If you watched my previous videos, you already know this, but I'm now a freelance designer. I used to work for a Finnish yarn company as their in-house designer, but nowadays, actually this is my 7th day as a freelance designer. My first day was last week's Friday and today is Thursday, so this marks one whole week as an independent self-employed designer, and I'm still alive, so everything is going pretty good. I think I can't really yet say how things are going and how it's like it's been such a short time, and I think there have been so many other things that I have had to take care of that I really haven't even gotten into all the things that I wanted to do, but slowly I'm getting there. But yeah, as I now have more time during the days, I think I will start filming more episodes for you. At least that's my plan. And I think quite many people have commented to me that they are looking forward to see how many designs I can come out with now that I'm working full-time with my own designs. But I think I really don't want to do more designs. I think I kind of want to keep the amount of designs the same. I think it's a good combination of having a couple of bigger designs every month in addition to a few smaller. I think more than that is way too much, so I think we'll probably come out with 1 or 2 sweaters every month, and if I come out with 2 sweaters, then 1 smaller thing such as socks, or if I come out with only 1 sweater, then there might be 2 smaller things in addition to that, because I also have to give you the time to knit my design, so I can't just like keep putting out more all the time, and it's not the reason why I started to be a self-employed knitwear designer to focus on my own company. It wasn't the fact that I want to put out more, because that's what I did at my previous job at Nougat. It was like quantity often over quality. So I really want to do more meaningful work and focus more on the things that I want to create and do better designs, better patterns, and so that's something that I'm going to do. So not focus on the quantity but the quality of my work, and really think what I want to do and not do everything. It's sometimes really hard for me. I kind of like want to do everything, and then I kind of like lose the track, and go all over the place. So I kind of want to find my own voice, my own style. I think I know quite well already what my style is, but since working for Nougat I had to do all kinds of things. So I really want to like refine my style in the way that when you see a design you immediately know that that's Sari's design. So I really want to find that the thing that makes me me, and focus on that and do more meaningful work. And in addition to that, in addition to the design work, I really want to create more content. I want to be more present. I want to make tutorials to show how I do things and what kind of techniques I use, and also for my patterns to provide tutorial videos for the techniques that I use in the patterns. For example, how I do the provisional cast on, and how I do a tubular cast on, how I do a tubular sewn bind off. I knit cables without cable needles, so I want to make a tutorial how I do that, and things like that. So that's something I want to focus on. And also I want to focus on these YouTube videos. I want to create more videos for you to watch, and I want to take this to another level in a way, rather than me sitting here in our bedroom on our bed. I kind of like want to make this not really professional is probably the wrong word, but I'm really looking forward to the end of the Corona era. I want to go to yarn shops and do interviews and show you different yarn shops and talk to their owners. And I want to talk to other designers and interview them on their design aesthetics and so on. So that's kind of something that I'm looking forward to do, and also to talk more about my intentions regarding my designs and what inspires me and so on. I also talked to you about bringing back my blog, and that's something I also want to do, to create content for the blog and show you more of my design work, because nowadays this Instagram video is just a small glimpse into what I do, and YouTube video is just a small glimpse into what I do, and also Instagram photos are just like snapshots, and I want to take more photos and more information behind what I do. So I think the website and the blog is a key to that. So those are my plans for this year, and I have to start somewhere. So this YouTube channel is the first place where I will focus on. And also you might have seen on Instagram, I have started to post more Instagram stories. So those are like the two things that I want to focus on at first, to bring more content, like I said. I think I will show you what I've been making, and then if I have time after that I can talk about something else. I don't really have anything else to say at the moment regarding my work as an independent self-employed designer, because not much has happened yet. But first of all, this is the second Odette pullover. In my previous video I said that I was having a photo shoot, so I had a photo shoot on Friday. I have started to use a professional photographer for taking my pattern photos. So we had a photo shoot on Friday, and I took everything with me, and then I left the whole big IKEA bag of clothes to my office. and I didn't have anything with me last weekend when I filmed my previous video. So I was talking about the second Odette pullover, and it's this one. So in case you don't remember or you haven't watched my previous videos, I knitted a black mohair pullover, like very basic regular pullover with no gimmicks, last summer. And then when we tried to take photos, pattern photos of it last fall, we realized that because it's black, you can't see any details. So I wanted to knit a second pullover. So this is the second Odette pullover, and I knitted this in Holst garn tights, which is a wool and silk blend, and the colorway is called Pearl. And then I used Skein Queen's Floof. I don't know the colorway, it wasn't on the labels, but it was like this bluish, very cold, light gray mohair. So I used that for this second Odette pullover. And the pattern is coming very, very, very soon. Let's see, I'm waiting for my photographer to finish editing the photos, and then I'm sending the pattern with the photos to my tech editor Jesslyn, who does the layout for my patterns. And when she's done with the pattern, then I will upload it to Ravelry. And this pullover is knitted top down, so you start with the back with a provisional cast on and work downwards until the armholes, and then you pick up stitches for the shoulders on the front and continue downwards and join at the underarm and work all the way down to the hem, and then pick stitches for the neckband, and this is folded double, and then lastly pick up stitches around the armhole for the sleeves, and they are shaped with short rows to get this like set in sleeve look, even though they don't have traditional set in sleeves, but it's worked totally seamlessly. And I used sewn tubular bind off for all the edgings, so for the cuffs and for the hem, so they are nice and stretchy. And really love this one. I've been using the black Odette pullover like a lot, and I know that this light gray one will also get a lot of use because it's so basic. It goes with everything. I've worn it with the black one with a dress and heels. Marlon, our cat, is playing, so don't mind him. He's playing with some of his toys. So if you hear some weird noises, that's just Marlon. Ignore him. Yeah, but I was talking that I've been wearing the black Odette with like pearl earrings, black pleated skirt and heels for dressing up, and also it goes with jeans. So I've used it with just jeans and Converse shoes. So I think they look like the pullover looks like really good with everything. Another thing that I talked in my previous video was the Kuutar pullover, and I didn't have that with me either. So I was just talking that I've knitted a pullover during my Christmas break, and I didn't have anything to show you because that was also in the IKEA bag at my office. So it's here, and I posted the call for test knitters for this one yesterday, and I'm also doing a translation work, translating this into Finnish. This was done in collaboration with a Finnish yarn shop called Nougat, and they contacted me last autumn and asked if I wanted to do this collaboration with them. They had a pile of Vuonue Wilhelmi yarn. It's a 70% Finnish wool yarn with 30% tencel. So they had that, and they wanted to do sweater kits with the Wono Wilhelm yarn and their own Mohair. So they dyed different colors, and I got to pick my favorite, and I chose this like light brown, slightly like golden brown Mohair to combine with the sand colored Wilhelmi yarn, wool yarn. And this is started at the top and worked downwards. It has a circular lace yoke, and for the lace yoke I used the Hitomi Shida Japanese knitting stitch Bible, and I took one of my favorite lace patterns from the book, and I tweaked it so that I got it to work in an increasing fashion. So that's where the lace is from, and I absolutely loved knitting the lace. And after I was done with the lace part and working on the hem, I felt like really bummed about not having any more lace to knit. So I decided to add some for the sleeves as well, so the cuffs have a tiny amount of lace as well. And this is just, I just love it. I loved working on it, and I haven't really worn it yet except for the photo shoot, but I know that this is going to be something that I will use a lot. It's so pretty, and I was like in this constant state of flow when I was working on it, because it just like flew off my needles, and just I absolutely love it. I've often talked to you that I always have a lot of things on my needles, and then I keep rotating between the projects until they are done, and I usually have like this one main thing that I'm focusing on, and it might be something that I work from beginning to end at one go, or then it might be that I change between 2 or 3 projects and focus on one thing for a couple of days and then another thing for a couple of days. And it might be something that has been dormant for a while, and then I pick it up and well, finish it in a very short time. And that's something that has been going on with the pan cardigan at the moment. I started it, I think, back in November, and the body was kind of slow, but when I got to the armholes and started to do the neck shaping and so on, I think it flew off my needles really quickly. And I didn't show this. I filmed a Finnish speaking episode earlier this week, and I didn't show this cardigan in that episode because nothing had happened with it for a while, and now suddenly I have like an sorry, I was lying. It was the film, the episode I filmed last Saturday. It was already on the Finnish speaking episode. I had made the fronts. Now I remember that I was showing the fronts, and I was working on the back. But yeah, last weekend when I filmed my previous video for the English speaking video, I hadn't touched this for a while, and I remember saying that I don't even want to show it to you because I haven't done anything with it. And now suddenly it has the whole top of the body, so I have finished. I seamed the shoulders last night, and I have now picked up stitches for the bottom band, and I've been working this in a fisherman's rib, using Knitting for Olives soft silk mohair and their merino held together. So the soft silk mohair is called brown nougat, and the other one is called Hazel. So these are the 2 colors that I've been using. And for the bottom band, I'm only using the Merino yarn, as you can see. I'm holding it double and getting this like really nice little contrast, both texture and color wise, to the project. There's my needle going through. It looks funny. And I'm going to have a double folded button band, so I'm working a couple of more rows, and then I'm knitting one purl row so that it folds more easily, and then folding the double and seaming it here. And here are my button placements. So I'm working the buttonholes the same way as and after the thumb for mittens or an after the heel. So I'm added a piece of scrap yarn here, and when I have made the other side, then I will use Kitchener stitch to graft together the sides of the buttonhole. This is progressing nicely. I think I will finish the button band later today, and I already have this like really nice wooden buttons that I'm going to use for this one, and then after that I will pick up stitches for the sleeves and work them downwards. So this is based on a cardigan that I started over 2 years ago, and then I finished earlier this autumn, but there were some issues with the fit and some little tweaks that I had made along the way that I didn't want to write that pattern. I wanted to do it better, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm reworking the pattern and retracing my steps regarding my design and making it better, making the fit better, and so on. But this is something that I'm focusing mainly at the moment. I really want to get this ready, and because I want to wear it. I know that I will be wearing this all the time, and still debating a bit whether to add pockets to the front. I'm afraid, because the fabric is so bulky, I'm afraid that it might look a bit too much, but then again I know that I will love it if it has pockets. So let's see, maybe I will do one pocket and see how it looks like, and also depending if I have enough yarn to finish both of the sleeves as well as the pockets. But let's see. I know that I would love if I could have my hands in my pockets, but let's see how it looks like. And this is still on my needles. This is the Prosecco pullover, and I showed this to you in my previous video that I filmed last Saturday. And now it's this turn to not have progressed at all since last week. But I did go out and buy buttons yesterday, but I haven't had time to attach them yet. So you can see here are some stitch markers. So this is going to have buttons on one shoulder. The other shoulder is seamed, and there are going to be buttons on this left shoulder. So I bought this white and gold buttons that I'm going to be using for the shoulder. It was really hard to pick buttons. I didn't find anything that was completely like I had imagined, and because of the color of the yarn, it's a natural off-white shade of yarn, so it's not bleached, I think. So it is kind of yellowy white. You can't really see it here, but immediately when you put a white button next to it, you can see the difference. So it starts to look really yellow. So it was like kind of hard to pick the perfect buttons. But I think this will work nicely. So I have four buttons here in my hand. Oops. And now I dropped one on the floor. Well, it can stay there until I have finished filming. And thank you, see, here's the sleeve. I showed this to you in my previous episode. I haven't done anything about it, so it's still in this totally same situation that it was a week ago. And the last thing I have on my needles is this little top-down hat. And I think I showed you these yarns in my previous video. So this is also from Knitting for Olive. They are my favorite yarn brand, as you probably already know. And this is their heavy merino base. And the colorway is called Oatmeal. And in my previous episode I showed you there were like these two ribbed hats that I had knitted 2.5 years ago, the 2x2 hat and 2x1 hat, and I decided to pick the 2x1 hat pattern and work it in a worsted weight yarn. The original one was worked in a fingering weight yarn, so it started here at the top and kind of like the same way as you would start a ribbed sock. So it's worked in 2x1 ribbing, so knit 2, purl 1, and I have now made it all the way down to the decreases, the end of the decreases, and now I'm just working straight downwards in the 2x1 ribbing, and I have about skein and a half of this yarn left, and I was thinking just like continuing down with the ribbing until I run out of yarn, and then let's see if I have a hat that I can fold the brim once or twice. I hope I have enough for a double folded brim, but let's see if I can manage that, if I have enough yarn. That's everything I have on my needles that is something that I can show you or has progressed at all since the last time I showed them to you. Tomorrow I will be going back home to the west coast of Finland, and it's really nice to go home. I think during the corona time I haven't been that much at home, and also because it's about 400 kilometers from Helsinki, so it takes time, and there's like really no point to go after work on Friday and come back on Sunday. We wouldn't have any time to be there. So because I've had so much work and because of Corona I haven't been able to visit home and my friends back at the West Coast as much as I would want to. But tomorrow I will be going to my hometown for 1 week. I'm really looking forward to it. That's one of the perks of being self-employed. I can work from anywhere. I don't have to work from home or from my office, and I don't have to ask permission from anybody if I want to go home and work from home. So tomorrow I will be going home, and let's see if I will film the next episode from my hometown. Let's see if I have time to film, or otherwise I will film an episode next weekend when we come back. So you will get your weekly dose of my knitting life. And I had plans to go to the city centre, to the Helsinki city centre today, but there's like, I'm just looking outside the window, it's like a horrible snowstorm going on over there. I want to go to Snurre yarn shop, which is my favorite yarn shop here in Helsinki, and I have this urge to cast on a new project. I'm dreaming about this Icelandic yolk pullover have this idea in my mind what I want to do. So I want to go there and get some yarn for that. And well, just see what they have. Because of my work at Nougat, I have been so restricted in my yarn selection for the longest time, because I had like this well, not non-competitive clause, but we had a deal that I'm allowed to continue with my own business and my own designs as long as I'm not competing with my employer. And because Nougat makes more budget-friendly yarns, I wasn't allowed to use any of those for my designs while I was working there. So I had to pick the high-end yarns and the luxury yarns, the hand-dyed skeins for my designs. And now that I'm no longer working at Nougat, I'm allowed to use whatever yarn I want. So I'm really looking forward to bringing designs in more budget-friendly yarns, because I know I've gotten some feedback because the yarns that I use are so expensive and kind of like out of touch from like normal people. And I totally agree. I think it's outrageous, kind of outrageous to pay 200 euros for a sweater worth of yarn. But that's been my situation. Either it's picking those yarns or then not designing at all. So I'm really looking forward to bringing some budget-friendly yarns to my designs. I'm really looking forward, for example, to using Sandnes garn. I haven't used them for years, so I think that's something that I'm going to be buying from Snurre today. I'm wanting to use their, I think it's brushed alpaca or something like that, like this fluffy, really nice yarn that I've seen other people using and really want to try it. But yeah, I think I will go out and brave the horrible snowstorm. At least I have all my woolens that I can put on before I go out, so I don't think it's that bad, and I will go and buy more yarn. Many of you have requested for me to show my stash, and it's actually the door behind me. That's our closet, and all my yarn stash is in there. And I will promise to make that yarn stash video for you, but kind of have to wait a bit for there to be more daylight, because now the closet it doesn't have any daylight, so it's really dark and there's just this one tiny light. So I don't think you will really get the idea of anything I have unless there's more light for me to film the episode. So you will have to wait with the stash video a bit longer, at least until we get a really good spring sunshine here in Finland. But thanks for watching. I'm really excited to be making these videos again, and as many of you have pointed out, that I look so much more relaxed now that I made the decision to become an independent designer. I feel more relaxed, I feel more energized, I feel calmer, happier. So I think this was the right decision for me at the time. I know there are going to be some hard days ahead, and yeah, but still feel I'm on the right track. So thank you so much for watching my videos, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and you will always get a notification when a new video comes up.